Welcome to the first Changemakers Integrate's Got Talent show. Round of applause. Yay!
I started off at Integrate basically through the Changemakers program. So I got told about it by one of the previous project workers. Mental health at the time was something that I was quite passionate about. It was definitely something that I wanted to be a part of.
My experience was really good. I feel like this was one of a more independent projects. We got a few sessions on mental health and what it is, and we delved into like depression and anxiety specifically, and coping mechanisms and how to support our peers. But when it came to the actual project, we had creative freedom, and so it felt like it really belonged to us because it really was our intention, our will, our creativity going into this.
I think the biggest success was the people's reactions and their positive feedback to the event. It was also the other opportunity to talk to healthcare professionals and talk to people in the mental health services about these issues, because I felt like then the actual topics are now being discussed. It's not just a little group setting, it's now we're going up to people who are actually in these services, in these institutions, and letting them know that there are problems there and how we could possibly fix them.
I was part of the group that did a Black mental health workshop for secondary school children here at Integrate. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed, seeing, I think, young people come out of their shell, because as the day went along, you got to speak more, and I think they really started to understand our intentions with this project.
What's inspired me to run my social action project is I wanted to make people feel that they could be themselves and they could stand up, have a voice, and not feel so closed in and alone.
What inspired me to take part in the social action project is the fact that in my school there weren't that many things to do with helping with racism and things like that. When Integrate came to my school, I thought it was such an inspirational thing, so I thought I'd get in touch with them and continue working with them on things like this, that I thought was really empowering.
I work with Integrate very closely and probably worked with them for about 3 years now. I think the Changemakers event is very important to young people and the social aspect of it, because it gives the Black people of Bristol a place to be themselves.
I live in a place where it's majority ethnic minority and mental health isn't being discussed most of the time. So I think what it means is that when someone sees me and doing these kind of activities and opening up these discussions, I feel like a lot of the people around my community then feel a lot more open to talk about mental health. It's no longer seen as kind of a taboo.
I think it was important to my community because I think it's important to see people that look like you, that talk like you, that are similar in age. I'm passionate about a lot of different things, and I think mental health was one of the areas I hadn't spoken about or done anything really on as much. So I really wanted to just do something on mental health and talk directly to people. I felt like it would be good to have an audience to see the impact.
For where I live, I think this means a lot, honestly, because where I live, there's a lot of people of colour, so seeing these kind of events where they're represented and celebrated makes me feel really happy.
It's definitely one of the main priorities that Black people have a nice space like this to socialise, and it gives us a place unlike any other. Like a school couldn't do this, or a workplace I don't think couldn't do this. So if you really think about it, you have to do it outside of those type of social spaces.
Running this campaign event is making me feel very positive and happy, knowing that other people know that they have a voice and they can say things and express themselves. I definitely would do this again, and what I would do differently is maybe spend more time going into detail and making this more public.
I really enjoyed seeing people, leave with knowledge, seeing people, changed a bit.
The change that I would like to see from policymakers and decision makers and people who are of, higher positions in society would be to listen to those of ethnic minority backgrounds, or those who aren't usually being heard a lot in mainstream media or just in general. I enjoyed the programme a lot. I think the Changemakers programme has made me a lot more confident and has led me to becoming a youth worker today. So yeah, I've enjoyed the programme a lot.